Hello YouTube. In today's video we're gonna be talking about counterpicks and if it's worth to counterpick and if there's a legitimate strategy by doing that in solo queue. So I'll give you guys an example. Let's say you are playing Kha'Zix. Your main is Kha'Zix. That's basically me. Let's now pretend that the enemy team picks Kha'Zix and you don't know what to do. And then you're sitting there, I'm gonna counterpick Kha'Zix. And then you go to a champion like UGG. You search up Kha'Zix and you look, who is a good counter to Kha'Zix? And then you see these champions right here. And then you decide to pick Elise, because this champion counters Kha'Zix. Should you do that? Is that a legitimate strategy for you to do? No, it's not. The reason why is because you don't know why Elise counters Kha'Zix, and you don't know how to play the matchup from Elise's point of view. Unless if you have experience on Elise and experience in the matchup and you understand why Elise counters Kha'Zix, there's no point in you picking Elise. Instead, what you want to do is you want to pick your second best champion or a champion that you're comfortable with, because playing a champion you're comfortable with is a lot better than picking a champion you're uncomfortable with that on paper counters the enemy champion. So let's say that your second best champion is Hecarim. So your main champion is Kha'Zix. The enemy team picked it. Now you're stuck with the decision, do I counterpick Kha'Zix or do I pick something I'm comfortable with? You always want to pick what you're comfortable with, because there's a bigger chance that you're going to win with a comfortable pick, even though the matchup is bad, than basically just counterpicking. So if you have no clue about how you counter the enemy champion with the champion, but you see it through a website, don't get baited into picking that. This is also the reason why counter matchups in lower elo doesn't matter all that much. Because what it requires is, it requires your opponent to understand what part of that champion's kit counters your champion's kit. And if they don't understand that, then they don't counter you anymore. So they need to understand the reasoning for why one champion counters another. And this is the thing in low elo that doesn't really matter, because in people in low elo, then you don't have that knowledge. They don't understand enough about the game or enough about the matchups in order to just counterpick and win through a counterpick. So don't go for counterpicks if you're not comfortable with the champions. Don't be too scared of facing someone that counters you, because unless if they know how the matchup goes, then they're not gonna win, and they don't have that favor against you, even though they're playing a champion that should win every single time. So don't counterpick yourself if you don't know how the matchup goes, and don't be too scared of counterpicks, because it requires your opponent to know how the matchup goes. So if you're lower elo, don't be too scared. This also means that you don't have to ban a champion that counters you every single time if you don't face it a lot. So let's say you're a Kha'Zix main, this doesn't mean you have to ban Elise every single time, because if you don't see a lot of Elise and you're not losing to a lot of Elise players, even though it counters you, then you don't have to ban it. Ban whatever you find annoying or frustrating to play against, and then ban that out, even though it might not be in the jungle or might not counter your champion. Then that's a lot better than banning something that does counter you, but that you don't face a lot or you don't lose a lot against anyway. So, short video. I hope it made sense. Otherwise, leave it in the comment section down below if you have any questions regarding counterpicks, and I will reply to them. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, and otherwise, subscribe to the channel. It will help me out a lot. And last but not least, I hope to see you guys in my next YouTube video or on my next live stream on Twitch. Thank you for watching, and bye.